Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we have a small card. We actually won't have a 2-hour show today. I know, we're sad. It won't be a 2-hour show today. Maybe it'll be an hour. Because we do have, I believe, 6 games in the NBA, so a nice light card in the NBA, and then 9 games in the NHL. So we get an okay NHL card to help us through our day here. But we do get some afternoon baseball. We get a couple 1 o'clock games. We get a couple 4 o'clock. We get 1 4 o'clock game and a couple 7 o'clock games. So we'll be done with baseball pretty early today. I've already moved on 2 games.
Yep.
So I'm excited about today's card. Even with it being a small card, we'll quickly recap yesterday. The sport that put me in the black yesterday. The NBA.
Yeah, I didn't even look at it.
The NBA is the reason why I finished in the black yesterday. I finished 2-0 in the NBA.
Nice.
Cleveland to -10.5, never in doubt. They totally weren't down 6 through the first quarter, 7 at halftime, and then they ran away with the game in the second half. In the second half, they outscored the Knicks 71-45.
Yeah.
And covered the 10.5. And then Miami +11. They said, fuck those points. They won outright.
Who did they play?
Against Boston. Yeah. 124-103 against Boston. I thought that was a good spot for the Heat. I didn't think Heat out. I think Markel mentioned it. Heat outright yesterday. I said, why not? 4-1. So great call on that one. So things you'll have to see there. 2-0 in the NBA. 1-2 in the NHL. Thank you to the Kraken for allowing me not to reverse sweep with a absolute belt-to-ass game against the Vancouver Canucks, 5-0. Colorado team total over 4.5. I've made rules for myself that I don't bet team totals at 4.5 or higher in hockey. I should have stuck to that. And I think that's the same thing with 5.5s for me in baseball for the most part. I don't bet anything higher than 5.5 or in baseball, 4.5 in hockey, and this is the reason why. 3-2 overtime win for the Colorado Avalanche at -360 chalk yesterday. And the Panthers lose as well. The whole world cashes with the Leafs yesterday. It happens. 1-2 in the NHL. 5-5 down, I want to say 0.35 units in baseball. Started off with 2 winners to start the day. That Texas-Cincinnati under could not have been any easier. 1-0. And I'm back on another Reds under today. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay under 3.5 first 5. Paul Skeens shoved. Ryan Pepe, it was good enough. So nice one there. The White Sox got blown up yesterday. The first 5+1/2 did not come through. They ended up losing the game 6-1. Toronto team total over 3.5 was a winner. That was nice there. As I wanted to fade Mackenzie Gore, I just didn't know what I was going to get from Nathan Easton. Nathan Easton. He pitched pretty well for the Blue Jays yesterday. They get the 4-2 win there. Under 7.5, even money with San Fran and Houston did not get there. That game ended up finishing 6-3. 5 runs in 2 innings. In the first 2 innings given up by Framber Valdez. I did not expect that at all. Boston first 5 gets the job done yesterday. I noticed I didn't bet the first 5 over yesterday. I didn't want to bet the first 5 over with my boy Garrett Crochet, newly extended Garrett Crochet. And Zach Eflin is one of those pitchers that I think he's the only pitcher on the Orioles where I'll step back away from first 5 overs. Mm-hmm. But Sagano and Kramer and Morton, who's pitching today, you bet your ass on betting first 5 overs when they pitch. Because I think a good start from those guys is 5 innings of 3-run baseball. And then you're just asking the Orioles to score you a couple runs, and bam, there's your first 5 over. So, yes, there you go. That'll be the second game we talk about. I'm back on Oriole first 5 overs today. The -300 fade off to an 0-2 start. It's okay. I'm only expecting to hit that around 40% of the time, and that's probably being a little generous. Last couple of years have been awesome with it. Then just didn't come through yesterday. Plus 230, plus 280. I will track that this year, and we will track the -300 fade because I promise you, it'll be profitable at the end of the year. I promise. And then we have Diamondbacks, Yankees under 7.5. They made me sweat that one yesterday. 4 runs in the first 2 innings from the Diamondbacks. That's all they end up scoring. Volpe with a 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth made me sweat a little bit. But the under 7.5 there when everybody else was on the over. That was a nice one to catch there. Dodger online got, of course, the one time I bet the freaking Dodgers. They don't cover their run line. But there was definitely plenty of opportunities to get on the Dodgers live. And
they came back from 5-0 for the first time since the World Series.
Yeah. The Dodgers win the game. The Braves are 0-7, but they do not cover the run line. So that ended up costing me a winning day yesterday in baseball. But I was up 0.9 units overall yesterday. Thank you to the NBA, really, for that. And we'll get into today's card. I've already moved on 2 plays.
All right, good. You did have them on the site. The site went 3-2 yesterday. We got the under in the Reds game, which finished 1-0, which was beautiful. We had the under in the Pirates game, which finished 4-2, under 7, easy. The Dodger run line didn't come through. They win, but they did not cover the run line. But hell, it's always a great day when the Braves lose. And no team, I think it's like in 42 years, no team has made the playoffs after starting 0-7. Continue to suck, Braves. That would be great. The hockey portion on the site, Nick, for you was profitable. You put up the Kraken and the Panthers. Yep. You're up 0.24 units on the site for that. So it ended up being a good day there on the site. So let's keep on. Let's get another profitable day today, and we'll go from there.
Yep. Let me also one more thing I forgot to go over. Let's quickly recap it here because I gotta find it there. Here we go. The standings for the baseball contest.
Mm-hmm.
The person putting in plays under 446 is 4-2.
It's not actually.
We know it's not 446. That's why I put it in quotation marks, like the air quotes there.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. Occupancy 8-7, up a unit. I noticed he hasn't put in plays since like the first day or the second day.
That's fine.
Neil's 1-0. Nicholas Handy 5-6, up 0.1. 446 is scared. He's 1-1 still. Craig Wood, same ones there. I'm 29-26-1, down 0.88 units. Markel 0-2, down 2 units. Roberts 26-32, down 4.78 units. Tim, you're 20-26, down 5.15.
That's fine.
Still plenty of time. It's April 3rd. Untouchable is 29-34, down 5.61 units. A fall from grace from him because he started off the year up 13 units. Mm-hmm. Just feel bad, but I love his betting style though because he takes some shots.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he takes some shots, and when he does hit, that -5 units can erase way quicker than most people in this contest.
Mm-hmm.
And then Coyote sitting in last by only 0.06 units. He's 23-30-1, down 5.67.
And we'll mention one thing with the standings. Our quote-unquote biggest supporter has still yet to put plays into the contest. So I do not consider him our biggest supporter anymore. Mm-hmm. And he knows who we're talking about. But let's go ahead and and go to the chat, say hi, and then we'll go from there. Here is where you can go and put in all your plays for the contest. You get a t-shirt if you are the best record by the end of the month. Guys, it's a free contest. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear, I want to give other people a chance, or, I would win easily, or, this, or, that, or underwear, or whatever. There is no excuses. I do not want to hear any more excuses. If you're not in the contest, and you say, oh, I had a great day yesterday, I'm going to look at the contest and go, you went 0-0. I don't care. So there is no excuses. Put plays in the contest. Nick, read this one real quick because I don't understand it.
I just bought no contracts for 2 cents in will the national debt be reduced by the end of Trump's term. Pay out $1 if I'm right. Deficit will get cut for sure. Probably not the debt. There you go. Where do you bet that? Because I'm trying to remember where the because I remember there's a site where you can basically there's a site where you can bet on stuff, but in terms of like stocks.
Yeah.
Like I remember during the election you can bet on Harris and Trump stocks that like if you would win it would go up to $1, and if it would lose it would go down to nothing. But you can buy it for like 45 cents, 50 cents, and like you have your betting odds there, type of thing. So yeah, that's not a bad look, especially when you're buying in for 2 cents. You're basically playing 50 to 1 odds.
Up 1 unit overall again, struggling in the MLB, but all other sports been doing great.
Hey, it's early in the MLB season. We will have plenty of time to turn things around and everything along those lines with more and more numbers coming in.
Nicholas Handy's here. My Dodgers are scary good. Mets have no shot. Sorry, Earls. Man, that's weird. I thought you were a Yankee fan, but I guess they start losing and you're no longer a Yankee fan. What a bandwagon. They're late, by the way. And you're still not in the contest, by the way. We got a special guest. Nope, no special guest. Just the normal people who are on the show. The people who started the show. I am not a special guest. Stop fucking saying that. It is really pissing me off. Yes, I have to. I cannot be on the show every single day. I have to work. I don't make enough money on Earle Sports Bets. We don't make enough money doing this to make it full time. Stop saying I'm a special guest. It's pissing me the fuck off. Yesterday was beautiful. All the unders in the day.
Yep. And it was an under better stream yesterday. And I'm kind of pissed off I didn't make more money yesterday.
D-backs, love to see it. You love to see the D-backs right now. AHL plays hitting.
Oh, Zach Allen looked awesome, by the way. He went 6 2/3 shutout inning, striking out 13 Yankees. It was beautiful.
AHL, good work. Shame Nick picked the Suns the other day. Great call. Okay, that's a couple days ago. No one cares. Go Canes, go Leafs.
Canes looked good yesterday.
Morning. Go Smoked. Rockies failed me.
Yeah.
Ovi scored. It was nice. I think we just got to bet the
Ovechkin goal anytime.
Yeah. I heard people say that we don't care.
The chat wasn't dead yesterday. It was good yesterday, actually.
Leafs money line. I live bet the Dodgers at plus 165.
There you go.
I had their run line. I was hoping to get that. I didn't get it. I wasn't going to add more to it. And if I was going to live bet the Dodgers, I should have done it when they were down 5-0.
Yep.
Hawks game under was also nice. Kraken money line.
Yeah, Kraken.
If you're old, living off a retirement account, you are dead. Okay. Love the tariffs. He just has to stick with it. But you love paying more money for stuff?
It's called inflation, but we're not going to talk politics here.
No. 8-1 in Dodger games. I'm 7-0 in those poppies. There you go. I gave an extra play in the MLB docs. That lost. Glad I didn't bet it.
What did you give? What was it?
You could have live played them.
Yes, you could have.
I have to update it. I was me and Destiny went to Wilmington and had a nice little 2-day vacation. So I have not updated it in a couple days. I will update it. I did bet it. I just have to update the statistics. The team total overs and the money lines are not looking as good, but those player props are coming in. So Rooker's been on fire. Rooker's been great. He's keeping this profitable. Dodger bullpen is filthy. No one has a chance. When you have $1 billion plus $1.5 billion invested in the team for this year, yeah, you should. 446 keeps DMing me 8-leg parlays that are plus 180. That's what he does. I need some winners. Suppness. We'll start in contest. Sounds good. Learned a lesson. People never do -1.5. Only do -1s. Lesson learned in the Dodger game.
I mean, the -1 line would have been like -165, -170. So no. At that point, I should have just stayed off or taken the team total over. It happens. I don't lay -1.5 very often though.
Someone told me only do -1.5 for baseball.
Who?
Yeah. Oh no, I said -1.5 instead of -1s, especially in hockey, because there's a lot more value in puck lines. Like puck lines are a lot bigger plus money, where I think it outweighs pushes. But that's just me. Because the only thing you're doing when you're grabbing -1 instead of -1.5,
I'm lowering my juice and I don't care about pushing.
You're not going to get as much value because you are basically saying, if I don't win, I hope I push. And the way I look at it, if you're laying -1 lines at plus money, fine. -1 lines at minus money is turning a dog into a favorite, per se.
How? That makes no sense. It's taking a big favorite, making them a smaller favorite.
No. I just
with only a push if they win by 1. That's all.
But the thing is, you're taking
juice.
If the puck line is plus money and the -1 is minus money, you're essentially paying more juice so you can get a push.
I'm buying down the favorite.
No.
Yes.
I don't see it that way.
I do. And it's just a different it's a different, what do you call it? It's a different philosophy.
Both Earls in the hole. And you still have not put in shit, so I don't want to hear it. Need to post the odds? Yes. I still believe he's actually putting in plays. I do not. If I was to sign up, I would be number 1 with the Dodgers and those puppies.
Then sign up.
Then sign up and do it, Fernando. Do it. Okay. Yeah, no. I just want to. Oh my God! Please don't do that. Stop. Nope. We do not need that. That is dog shit.
It's loser talk.
It is loser talk. Robin Hood. I'm not much for the contest person, but I will rock. See, Nathan's even in it. Everyone that is in the contest are my sons. Nope. Don't want to hear that. Oh man, what did I miss? Holy moly, long chat. Yes, a lot of chat today. I always thought he was a special guest. Timmy, I know. Ovechkin bans to make her dance. He's going to keep scoring. A couple of sites do the bet anything you want.
Kalshi, that's the one I was thinking.
Kalshi, there you go.
Poly Market.
I think the Phils dominate against the Rockies.
Can we trust Taiwan Walker is the question. So that's the first game we'll be talking about.
Ovi has to get a hat trick tomorrow against the Hawks to break his own record before Gretzky sets his.
Oh, like with games played?
Inflation. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Okay, we're not talking. My bad. Sorry for the bad writing. I'm pretty high and tired. Fair. We're not doing that. I'm sorry for bringing it up. Nope. 3-2. 3-2. Okay. If you're teasing down a -1.5 to -1, that gets me thinking the dog can win outright sometimes. No.
It's me betting a favorite at less juice. And the cost of me betting a favorite is a push could be involved. That's my thought process behind it.
The thing is, if I'm betting a favorite, I'm thinking they're going to win handily. I'm not worrying about those extra, them only winning by 1. That's just not something I think is going to happen. So that's just me. Think I had +2 units in the contest yesterday.
You had a good day yesterday, I believe. I think you're up like 2.3 something because you lost with the Dodgers, which was like an added play for you, but you had +3.36 units on the other one, so you were up like 2 units yesterday.
I love the smack talk. Hello, Iceman. I heard you passed away. Yep. Games played. Okay. So you won't skip mine. So you skip mine, but read the ones you want. I was going to skip over the politics ones. I was sorry. I'm sorry for bringing those up. ISEX, get your ass up and make the money. The contest that is MIB.
Oh, it's only MLB. Yes, it's
MLB,
only MLB. Because baseball is the best one.
Explain why.
Tariffs?
I'm not getting into politics. That's just not happening. I work graveyard shift. This is my nighttime now. There you go. All right, Nick. Sports time.
Yep. We'll get started. We only have 5 games in the MLB, and we'll get started with this one here, the Colorado Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies, when I typed this up, minus 225 this morning, it is no longer minus 225. Well, let's get into it. This line opened up with the Phillies as minus 210 favorites. They're now up to minus 230, and then it's down to 190. So we have had a 20-cent line movement here towards the Colorado Rockies. Line opened up at a 9. It's now a 9.5. So we have a move towards the over here as well. One thing I've noticed is today, the most popular over is, it's now 91%. Earlier when I bet the under in that game, it was 85%. So we are not seeing 99, 99s or 98s, 97s and stuff like that for overs today, which is interesting to see. We have 92% of tickets, 93% of cash is on the Phillies. The line's moving towards the Rockies. 73% of tickets, 77% of cash is on the over in this one as well. One thing I want to look at here, and I'm gonna see if we have confirmed lineups, and maybe with the way the line is moving here towards the Rockies, tells me that we could have some players sitting today. Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, Kepler, Castellanos, Real Muto, Stott, Marsh. Are we missing someone here? Harper's playing, Turner's playing, Schwarber's playing, Bohm is playing. I feel like we're missing somebody in this lineup. Am I wrong?
I don't know. You said them really quickly.
Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, Kepler, Castellanos, Real Muto, Stott, Marsh.
Not that I know of.
And then on the other side, Doyle, Tovar, McMahon, Goodman, Tolia, Martini, Stallings, Moniak, and Freeman. I like that Moniak pickup for the Rockies. We have Antonio Senzatella taking on Taijuan Walker for this matchup here. Taijuan Walker is going to be one of those spot starter type of guys when you need somebody on a 6-man or something along those lines, which I think eventually that role will become Andrew Painter once he gets built up through the in AAA. A little bit, he'll come up to the Phillies and shove. Last year was a year from hell for Walker. Started 15 games, appeared in 19. He went 3-7 with a 7.10 ERA, 83 and 2/3 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, 37 walks, and 24 home runs. He has not pitched yet this season. Antonio Senzatella, I believe, had a nice start in his first one, if I remember right. Yeah, he went up against Tampa Bay, looked good. Only went 4 1/3 innings pitched, but only threw 78 pitches. No one runs on 9 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. So everybody put the ball in play against him. Or my bad, there was 2 walks. 9 hits. He scattered 9 hits among 4 1/3 innings pitched and 2 walks. 11 base runners in 4 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up no earned runs. He's about to get smashed, isn't he? Against a lineup in Philadelphia who could do a lot worse than what we see from what we saw from Tampa Bay. Taking a look at these bullpens, the Rockies' bullpen's actually not been terrible this year, if I remember right. I think their
bullpen's been bad. Their starting pitcher.
Their starting pitcher's been good. Yep. My bad. And for the Phillies, their bullpen's nice and rested. Alvarado went 13 yesterday. Strahm went 30 yesterday. So Strahm will be the only one not available there. They'll have Kirkland, they'll have Romano, they'll have Banks, they'll have Ruiz. They'll have their full echelon of relievers other than Matt Strahm. On the flip side, the Rockies had Shavili threw 13 yesterday and Holverson threw 12. Other than that, they'll have Vodnik available, Herget, Peralta, Kinsley, Bird, Alexander. They'll have basically their full echelon of pitchers as well. So we get 2 bullpens ready to go in this game. Something tells me Senzatella gets hit here in this spot against this Philly lineup. And same with Walker. This market screams Walker gets hit. And this first 5 is a 5.5 now. When we look at it here, line opened up at a 5. It's now 5.5. Line opened up minus 205 for the first 5 for Philly. It's down to 170. Walker's going to get hit in this game. Question is, how do you approach betting this? Is this Rockies' first 5? Is this Rockies' team total, but they've scored 1 run each the last 2 games? Granted, they face Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler. Taijuan Walker's a little bit different. On the flip side, the Phillies, they've put up 11 runs in the 2 games so far this series. And we're starting to see some 10s out there too. This is an over. The question is it first 5 over? It's full game over. Is it just a Rockies team total over? It's a Rockies first 5 team total over. I need to figure out how I'm going to bet this, but I want to figure out a way to get involved in an over in this game.
I'm already with you. And I got to grab it quick because I'm already starting to see some 10s popping up.
Yep.
I'm getting 9.5 at minus 113. I think both pitchers get smashed. I'm not high on Senzatella. I think the Phillies hit him, and Walker is a pitching machine. This has the real making of it being a 9-8 game at the end of the game.
Yeah, and then also it's supposed to be 70 degrees. I mean, anywhere between 70 and 76 degrees with 16-mile-an-hour winds blowing straight out to center.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: we have 2 bullpens ready to go, and I think we'll be fine. I want to isolate just the first 5 because I think both these bullpens are going to be fine in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if one sends because I want to face specifically Walker and Senzatella.
Yeah.
Senzatella having 11 base runners and he recorded 13 outs and didn't give up a run. That's going to regress in this game. I want to target him here. First 5 over 5.5 for me, minus 110.
I just took the over in general. That's how we're going to roll. A lot of chat. Utah, UTC money line. Is that?
Sounds like soccer.
Does sound like soccer. I thought it was Men in Black. Yeah, I did too for a minute. That's because when I saw it, it looked like MIB or whatever. That was kind of funny. Yes. Over in the Philly game. Yes, over in the Philly game. Rockies team total over.
I don't hate that. It's 3.5 minus 145 though, so you're probably going to look either at a 4 or a 4.5. That's the only thing with the Rockies here. And generally, when I'm betting a dog team total over, I want a 3.5. I do.
Wind blowing out.
Yep, they are. The 16 mile an hour.
I don't trust Taijuan Walk, but I hate to back the Rocks.
I think the Rocks can put up some runs against Walker here.
Type of Philly props. Schwellenbach home run. Schwarber home run. Sorry. Schwarber home run. Shut up. But Earls don't want it, so we will have to behave.
We're sorry we entertained the one political bet in the beginning, and we only talked about that one because it was actually like a money wager.
Yeah,
the other ones are just explaining policies, and we're not trying to talk politics here.
Taijuan Walker would take a shot at fade. Rockies first 5. Hey, here's an idea. Put it in the contest. Rockies first 5 only.
Yeah.
This guy starting for the Rockies, I saw had a win against the Rays.
Yes, he got extremely lucky in that game. That still boggles my mind looking at the box score in that game, seeing he gave up 9 hits, 2 walks, and no earned runs. Yeah. That boggles my mind how he did that.
Taijuan Walker was 3-7, 7.1 ERA. Yeah,
I have no problem fading him. He is the one pitcher on the Phillies that I want to specifically fade.
Rockies plus 135 first 3. Put it in the contest. I don't care about it in the chat. 446. I'll read off the comments and stuff, but they don't count towards the contest. Just letting you know. Rockies first 5, 3-way. Rockies team total over. Walker's ass. seeing the Rockies plus 1.5 and Phillies minus 1.5, both at minus 110.
Mm-hmm.
I like the over. Over.
Here's
yes.
the thing, though. Back to Ice X's comment there with the plus 1.5, minus 1.5. This is the type of game where if you like the Rockies, I would never take the plus 1.5. I would take the minus 1.5 on them or a minus 1 line. If you want to go for a big score, this is the type of game with the variance that you can go for a bigger score on a run line, especially with a total at 9.5, 10. Like if you're betting Coors games and you like the dog, you can take minus ones on the dogs for huge scores for those. I just want to put that out there. Sorry.
Yep. Like the I love when Nick plays weatherman.
Yep. It's important in baseball. It's important in baseball.
What do you mean by what do you mean by you want to target that in baseball, Nick?
Target what?
Certain players, I guess.
Target things that like I expect negative regression for. Like if you give up 11 base runners and 4 1/3 innings pitched and not give up a single run, I want to target that and fade it. There's certain things I'll hone in on. Things that I think are anomalies that'll not happen again, or I will bet against it happening again. Like what Senzatella did in his first start.
Irvine money line.
Yeah, I saw some people with Irvine to win the NIT futures. They were like 9-1.
Nice. Morning, fellas. Morning, Ron. Okay, you can't make fun of me for not being able to do that. Weather, taking Ellie De La Cruz to walk. Sure.
Not a bad look.
Yeah, Tim just entertained it, kind of made it sound dumb. That's why.
You're good. I was looking at it. I was looking at that first comment more of a betting question rather than explaining politics, and that was that. And that's just a line that we have to not have be a mucky gray line. We have to have like a black and white line. If you want to talk politics, there has to be betting behind it in order to do so. We're not going to talk policies. We're not going to talk things along those lines. But if you want to talk politics, let's figure out a way to make money talking politics.
There you go.
Is that fair, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gamble and work like Tim. Sometimes I don't type things right. Can only be on my phone for a minute. Everyone's picking the Rockies. Not good.
I just took the over.
I just took the over. I didn't take the Rockies.
I mean, and we have
half the Rockies things in the chat were you. So
also you got to keep in mind 92% tickets, 93% cash is on the Phillies. So no, that's not true. Actually,
we're sharp. That's why. Yeah, but this chat and public is actually on the Phillies.
Bingo.
Interesting stuff. Legit. Thanks. Yeah, that makes sense. You said UTC and you said soccer. I thought it was soccer.
What was it?
I don't know what it is. I'm down like 4K today. Well, you're 0-0 in the contest, so I may go Phillies minus 1.5 in what stocks. All right, Nick, we can finally get to the second game of the day.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, like betting odds and stuff like that. Like we had a whole show talking about the election and stuff like that. That's the type of stuff we can talk about. But yeah. Let's get into the next one here. The Baltimore Orioles taking on the Boston Red Sox. Minus 115 for the Orioles. Total of 9.5 in this game. Damn, did Garrett Crochet look good yesterday? My Cy Young pick feels great, but I mean, for that last start, and he got paid. I think he shut up the people who are like, "Oh, this guy can't pitch far into games." Mm-hmm. Let's get into it though. We have Charlie Morton taking on Tanner Houck in this pitching matchup here. Line opened up minus 109 for Baltimore. It's now minus 115. Line opened up in a 9.5, a 9, got up to a 9.5, back down to a 9, back to a 9.5. So we do a move towards the over here as well. Let's talk about the cash flow in this game here. 75% of tickets, 77% of the cash is on the over. Line's moving towards it. We have 59% of tickets and 52% of cash on the Orioles. So it's a pretty split down the middle. We're getting close to the public thing with the Orioles, but 59%, I will never consider that public, personally. Public for me is 65% or higher. I know some people it's 60. For me, it's 65, 70 range in order for me to be truly worried about it, especially if the line moves against them, which the line has moved towards Baltimore. So the Baltimore looks fine. It doesn't matter. But looking at the pitching matchup here in this one, we have Morton, who looked like he was 41 years old last game. 4 earned runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 3 1/3 innings pitched against Toronto. Cashed the first 5 over with him in the last game that he played too. Tanner Houck did not look good either in his opening day start. He faced a Texas Rangers lineup that should be pretty good this year. That actually has only put up 2 runs the last 2 games, but the Cincinnati pitching staff has been pretty good there too. He went 5 2/3, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So the strikeout numbers were down for Houck, but he's never been a strikeout guy. He's been more of a ground ball type of guy. And I'm going to go right back to it today. As I was mentioning, Eflin, I will probably pump the brakes on for first 5 overs for Baltimore games. But you give me a Charlie Morton, you give me a Tomoyuki Sugano, you give me a Dean Kramer, I will bet first 5 overs in Baltimore games. Pretty plain and simple. You give me a Cade Povich, I will bet first 5 overs in Baltimore games until they prove that those starting pitchers can be decent. Because I'm not a believer in them, and I love the offense for the Baltimore Orioles. This is also, as much as the first 5 overs are as I want to fade the rotation for Baltimore, I love this offense for Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I think they can get to Houck. And I think a good outing for Charlie Morton is 5 innings of 3-run baseball. So on the flip side, I'm asking for 2 to 3 runs from the Orioles in the first 5 innings. That's it. And I don't think that's asking too much. I'm on the first 5 over at -115 for 5 in this game here between Philly and Boston. So I'm starting my day off with 2 first 5 overs. Something that was not part of my repertoire too much last year, first 5 overs. I was really first 5 unders, full game overs type of guy. But I'm betting more for full game unders. I'm betting more first 5 overs.
Yep.
So I'm implementing everything into my repertoire now and not just being single-mindedly. Because I remember last year when I opened it up more like that, I did so much better. So, yes, I'm on first 5 over 5 in this game -115.
I'm on the full game over. I will say I don't bet first 5s and stuff. It's just not my style. I'm a full games person. That's where I feel like I get the best shots at stuff. Plus, that's what can go up on the site. So I like to kind of follow what we put up on the site and stuff. Maybe like sometimes I'll do first 5s as like personal plays if I'm like bored at work and I want to throw a couple bucks on a game and have something going. And I did that with like first halves in college basketball too. So sometimes I kind of do that, but for plays like this, I'm taking full games. So I'm on the full game over 9.5. Especially after the Baltimore Orioles got shut out yesterday. I think they bounced back in this one. So I really like the spot for some runs. I know that Charlie Morton's going to get hit, and I trust the offense of the Baltimore Orioles. So sign me up for the over 9.5.
There you go. Yeah, I'm on the same page there. I like the Orioles bullpen though. That was the other caveat from my first 5 rather than full games with Baltimore. Is I actually respect this Orioles bullpen more than I do their starting rotation, especially with Felix Bautista back.
Yeah, no, Felix Bautista is definitely a big guy to get back. So, and stocks and everything. I clearly think 446 doesn't care about the contest.
No.
Is that true? No, he doesn't care about us. No. That's the market, though, buying opportunities. UTC versus – is that like what basketball league is that?
Oh, University of Tennessee Chattanooga.
What?
Wow, versus University of Illinois Chicago.
Holy shit, I have never heard it called that before.
No, it took me a second.
Never heard it
University
called.
University of Tennessee Chattanooga. Yeah,
Holy shit, I have never heard it called that before.
No, I have. I just drew a blank on it because that team's kind of locked away for me for right now because they're not playing in the actual tournament. So it's like, okay, see ya.
Wow,
University of
you got me there.
University of Tennessee Chattanooga.
Oh, okay. Orioles, baby, yes, Orioles. Most runs Rockies have scored this year is in a game is 4. Probably that changed against Walker.
Yes, I agree.
I'm too lazy for the contest. See, that makes sense. See, if you said me that makes more sense. But you keep telling me no because there's no socks or underwear. I want to give other people a shot. That's all bullshit. That makes more sense. Yeah, Nick finally figured it. Well, yeah, we figured it out. I've never called that before, so that's crazy. Yeah, I liked it when it was money, but this is still cool to get the chat involved. Hey, plus a little bit of bragging, right? I mean, you still get a T-shirt at the end of the day if you win the contest. I mean, it's not. I know it's not for everybody. I just want to have a little bit of fun. Unfortunately, ESB doesn't make enough money to make it a money contest. And when we tried to make it a money contest, people complained that we made it member only because we needed some way to fund the contest. So we can't win with contests unless because we just don't have the money to be able to do that. So every time they do a contest, the chat's always alive.
Yeah.
Orioles moneyline all year experiment. Did not do that. I'm not doing that this year. Baltimore online. I put most plays at night, so I get distracted when I put them in. Just throw them in the docs, then copy and paste it. Really, that's all it is. I have tailed Tim, the C's. Been battling O's moneyline, O's versus score a lot. There you go. Easier to keep track of. Yep. Rain at the beginning of Baltimore-Boston to be wary of the starters not going long.
Love it. Love that even more.
I need incentives. Let's make the winner get 500. Okay, Earle,
No.
Can you handle that? No, we cannot. Do you know why? We don't even make $100 off of AdSense a month.
Mm-mm.
No, we can't do 500. That's crazy. LOL. Your Dallas Keuchels, yes. 446. If you paid last time, it would have been for money. $50, dude. Stop. Nick, where's your records?
I was just updating them. I saw that comment and I updated them. My bad.
Market is in a full-blown crash. We're going into a recession. Because Trump is uncertain. The promise was tariffs all countries, then some, now reciprocal.
Yeah.
I do like the Red Sox. Fade Morton. I've been working hard, ESB. My 10th straight day and my Friday 2 days off. There you go. Yep, 446. I just tried to SoFi trade option and it's tumbling down. Morning. He just went full-blown tariffs. It's going to be nice. Only 15%. Should be more. I'm predicting that it goes back up before the expiration date on 4/25. Yep, I got some lower volume. I added some extra stuff. I probably didn't need to. But yes, prices will go higher, but we get used to it.
Here's the thing, though, is we don't want to pay more because it's whatever.
SoFi is a buy, actually long-term hold. Skip. Yep. Blackhawks, first period.
Nice. That's a beautiful
Never
call
in doubt.
there.
Close to full game, but did get the spread, first period and full game.
That's a beautiful call there at the first period with the Blackhawks.
Damn it, 446. So, hey, Brad. How you doing? Markel, you play the market. Wow. Yeah. New member. See? Coyote became a member of the YouTube channel. Dude, we appreciate it. It's nice to see some support. So we do appreciate all of our members. We will be Coyote. We post out the card, or we've been trying to post out the card every single day after the show. I will make sure that gets done today. So we do appreciate you becoming a member of the YouTube channel. Hey, and you're a bigger supporter than 446. So there you go. Kraken also came through, but pushed on the over 5. I can't find the link.
Oh, all you gotta do is ask. I will drop the link in the chat. Not a problem whatsoever.
Yeah. For Lex, $4.99 dono saying ESB. Lex, we appreciate you. We do appreciate all the support. Even just the people that come in saying hi, commenting in the chat, joining the contest. But Lex, we appreciate the donation. It does help out. I love the show. Keep it going. Appreciate it, Chaos. Markel trading options. All our stuff.
He said to skip those.
Skip what?
I'm guessing that he.
Okay.
He said to skip.
I see that Rockets got it down in the first quarter, and in the second half, third half, in the fourth half. That's a lot of halves. Here's the link to the contest. Go for it. Go for it. Coyote, good job joining the member. Appreciate it. No, you can't say that. You don't get that. Lightning first period, 446 bomb. $2 donation from Coyote, and that is the comment of the day.
Love it.
Love it. Thank you, dude. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Minnesota Twins taking on the Houston Astros. We have the Twins minus 120 favorites, total of 7 in this game. Kind of tricky. Both these teams off to slow starts.
A slow start would be an understatement for the Twins.
I mean, they did just win their first series, though.
Against the White Sox.
Against the first-place White Sox. Minus 120 for them, total of 7 in this game. Line opened up at a 113, now 122, so we do have a move towards Minnehaha in this one here. Line opened up at a 7.5, down to a 7, so we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, 86% of tickets, 86% of cash on the over. Line moving towards the under. Does have my interest a little bit for an under in this game. I'm not trying to bet every single game on the card, though. But, I mean, it's a 5-game card. If I have bets on all 5, then so be it. And immediately, I'm interested in an under. Then we have 48% of tickets, 56% of cash on the Astros in this game as well, with the line moving towards the Twins slightly in this one. We have Joe Ryan taking on Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown looked decent in his first start. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched against the Mets, and that 3-1 loss. It wasn't his fault, really, though. Like, that loss. It's just, what game was that? That was the game Peterson looked good, right? That was the Peterson game, or was that? No, Peterson was the 3rd game. That was the Griffin Canning game.
Griffin Canning, yes.
Griffin Canning looked great. Nope. The Mets lost that game. That was the McGill start. McGill looked awesome in that one. Joe Ryan on the flip side, he looked good in his first start, where he went 5 innings of 1-run baseball. 5 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, no walks. That's a big one there. 5 strikeouts in that 5-1 loss against the Cardinals. Once again, tough luck loser in that one there. Both these pitchers, they lost their first games, but they only got 1 run each of run support. And I mean, I think both these pitchers can pitch well. I do. And it would be under or nothing. I like these bullpens. I really, really do, especially the Twins. I think the Twins have one of the more underrated bullpens in baseball. And the only pitchers that threw for them yesterday, Danny Coleman will be the only one really not available because he threw on Tuesday and Wednesday. Darren McConaughey didn't pitch the last 2 days. Griffin Jacks threw 24 on Tuesday but had yesterday off. Justin Topa has had the last 2 games off. Alcara had yesterday off. Cole Sands had yesterday off. Yohan Duran threw 11 pitches yesterday. He'll be fine. He can throw again because he didn't pitch the previous 3 games. And Louis Varland threw 11 on Tuesday. He'll be available. This is a fully rested and ready to go Twins bullpen. And on the flip side, the Astros, I like their bullpen as well. They did use Ryan Gusto for 29 pitches yesterday. He's thrown 54 in the last 3 days. He's probably not available. Same with Luis Contreras. He's thrown 46 in the last 3 days. He probably won't be available. Rafael Montero threw 9 yesterday. And then Scott had off, Okert had off, King, Hader, Abreu all had off. So we have 2 bullpens full and ready to go. Why are we not on the under in this game? We have 2 pitchers that I like, Joe Ryan and Hunter Brown. I think Hunter Brown's awesome. We have 2 offenses that have really struggled so far this year. We have 2 bullpens that are basically fully rested and ready to go. Why are we not on the under in this game here, Tim? Take it away. I want to look at potentially what unders are in this game and maybe see if I can get 7.5.
Because I have 0 interest in this game at all. This is the one game I'm not going to be on in the entire card because I have plays on the last 2 games. This is 2 teams that the Houston Astros are coming off of getting swept. And Minnesota is coming off of finally winning 2 games in a row against the White Sox. I don't want to hear first place White Sox. I know I joke around about it.
First place White Sox,
but they're not a good team, Nick.
I'm aware. We're just trying to use our narrative here, Tim. So
yes.
you got to learn. We got to use our narrative for positive.
The Twins are not a good team. Neither are the Astros. I expect both of them to take steps back this year. We already seen it with the Minnesota Twins. I feel like we're seeing it with the Astros. I have no interest in either team. That's it. I just don't think the Astros offense is good enough.
I'm going to move on this under. I'm seeing minus 130 for 7.5. I'm just going with 7 and even money. I don't care about a push. If it's 3-3, finishing 4-3 or something along those lines, and I could have won for laying $1.30. I'll take the even money on this one here. No vig for under 7.5. Both the and this is an Astros team I bet an under on yesterday and it lost. I'm going back to the Astro under here in this one, under 7 even money. I might have a play on every game. I probably will stay off actually the next one with the Yankee game, but I did bet the Reds game as well, and they're all totals today.
How rude! No, Coyote's right. You're a bum. Houston Astros. Probably just 2 Nerfies and Orioles first 5 and full game under for me. You say rude shit all the time. I'm going for the Astros. Really? Brad's going for the Astros. This is new here. I like the underwear here. Also Astros. Happy Joe Ryan Day. Fernando, you have ESP underwear. Nobody has ESP underwear because the site that we have our merch on does not have them. Wow, what is first 5 under, it's like 45 degrees outside. Rob, Twins, or no side. I want nothing to do with it. Twins are used to cold weather more. Twins money line, Twins game, first 5 3-way draw, plus 440. What happened to the sponsors? Energy drink.
Yeah, we got nothing from them. Yeah. It wasn't even worth our time.
I mean, we still have SeatGeek.
You can use the promo code ESB, save you 20% off your first purchase.
But we don't have like any other sponsors. Yes, 446. Your mom face then to me. All right, easy there. Game under. I can see an under. First 5 under 4. They're a 70-win team. White Sox. Wind out. Joe Ryan is a fly ball pitcher. Fly balls become home runs even in cold weather. Will we end up grabbing the Astros to win their division later in the season? No.
I got plus 170 preseason. I believe plus 170 preseason. Maybe if you get 4 to 1, 5 to 1, I'll take a small shot on them.
No.
But I'm already invested in that just because I bet the Astros to win the division every year until proven otherwise.
No, I'm not interested in it. 100%.
Yeah.
Tailing the under. Sox games aren't that pricey to use promos.
Yeah, they aren't that pricey. Yeah, because I think it's like a minimum you have to spend like like $50 or something like that for the 20% off.
Why isn't 446 a mod? Because we don't want them to be. Orioles win blowing out. I like it. I'm just dabbing in it. 446 trade options. There you go. We got two more baseball games, and we're 53 minutes into the show, Nick.
Hey, yeah. It is what it is. Baseball brings out the best in us, right? We have the New York Yankees taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks, trying to avoid the sweep. The New York Yankees. Line opening up at a 107 for the Yankees. It's now 112. It did touch 129 at one point. Line opened up at a 9 and even minus 120 for the over. It got up to a 9.5. Now we're seeing 10s across the board. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 87% of tickets and 89% of the cash is on the over in this game here, with the line not moving. 74% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Yankees as well. The line is moving towards the Yankees. Did cash with that under 7.5 yesterday. I actually cashed an under in a Yankee game. I will look to try to continue to do those. Not a chance I'm going to do that, though. Cookie Carrasco on the mound. Not going to happen. He appeared in one game so far. He pitched 2 innings. I'm guessing this was out of the pen in that 20-9 win for the Brewers. He gave up 3 earned runs on 5 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He looked terrible in that start. Shocker. Carlos Carrasco at this stage of his career is still bad. Merrill Kelly was on the opposite side. He looked good in his first start against the Chicago Cubs. He went 5 1/3, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. That's 4 walks though, and only 1 strikeout does concern me a little bit. But I believe that was the game they got the win. I have no interest in this game whatsoever. I kind of lean Diamondbacks to complete the sweep if I had to bet anything in this spot. But with that being said, I have way more interest in the other 4 games than I do this one.
Oh, no, I took the D-backs for the sweep. It's amazing what happens when the Yankees don't get to play the Milwaukee Brewers, who are dog shit. And this is 100% an Arizona Diamondback spot for me. I love Merrill Kelly. And on the opposite side, you got Cookie Carrasco, which I know somebody normally brings up ERAs and stuff. How about the 13.5 ERA for Carlos Carrasco?
2 innings pitched.
Mr. 446. Nick, I'm joking. I don't really care about it. But I know he's brought up some of ERA stuff with some pitchers that I took for Cy Young and stuff. So I figure I kind of throw that back at him. But no, I love Merrill Kelly. I think he's going to be an absolute solid pitcher. Carlos Carrasco, the fact that he's still pitching in 2025 is hilarious. Although, hey, I respect for him. I mean, he gave a couple years in New York, but but no, this is give me the Diamondbacks today.
Sure.
I always love the people with 2 names. Joe Ryan. What's up with these Yankees? They're not playing the Brewers. If you want me,
The Brewers are playing better baseball. We'll talk about them in the next game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm going to be taking the Brewers today, but D-backs money line. Rodon is what's wrong with them.
Rodon struggled yesterday. I expected him to pitch well yesterday, which he pitched well enough after the first 2 innings to keep that game under the total. So I'm fine with it.
D-backs team total over 10. Cookie has pitched good in the spring, but no way I could bet him because the spring doesn't matter. D-backs money line and over 10 parlay. I like it. Pass. Little League Mickey Mouse Field. If the Brewers are dog shit, what are the Royals? A very young team that's got a lot to do.
Overrated.
Put some respect on my team. I'm just not a believer in the Brewers this year. If I ever was going to bet against my team, today is the day. Give me the snakes. So you're a fraud fan. Oh, you're a fraud fan. Oh my God, you're a fraud. No, you know your team. Go for it. Astros are cheeks. Royals are overrated, and Brew Crew is not that bad.
Yeah, and here's the thing though: is the first week of the season's always overreactions. This is why the NFL week 2 is usually the best week to bet. Is because everybody will overreact on what they saw in week 1. And I feel like we can make money on some of these overreactions from week 1 going forward the next week or so, especially when the Braves are going to go and sweep the Marlins.
Yeah.
And we just take the run lines every single game in that series and things along those lines because they're not playing in California against 2 of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah.
So there's definitely going to be overreactions and things along those lines. So there'll be value on some spots. But we'll move on. Last game on the MLB card before we get into the NBA. We get to the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Cincinnati Reds, minus 115 for the Brewers, total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up at, if it'll load, that'll be cool. There we go. Brewers minus 105. It's now Brewers minus 114. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 120. Got down to a 7.5, but back up to an 8. And it's moved 4 cents towards the under since the opening line. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. 98 there it is. 98% of tickets, 98% of cash on the over. And all of a sudden now that all the money is coming in, all the public money is coming in, 95, 95, 97, 98, 98 on the overs today. So public all over overs now. Cool. Makes me a little bit nervous about my early overs, but I think I'll be okay. With the total, sometimes you gotta take it with a grain of salt. If it's moving towards the under, then maybe you look towards the unders. But we have Milwaukee with Nestor Cortez on the mound, which I don't think you could have pitched any worse if you were Nestor Cortez in your last game.
Yep.
Like his stat line was impressively bad. 8 earned runs, 6 hits, 5 walks, and 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. He threw 64 pitches, gave up 5 home runs. I don't think the Reds are going to do that today. I think that's pretty plain and simple. On the flip side, we have a pitcher that I really like, Nick Lodolo, who looked solid in his first game. Went 6 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, no hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. That's all I'm asking him to do today. Give me 6 innings of 2-run baseball. Give me 5 innings of 2-run baseball, and I think we'll be fine here. Because I think Nestor Cortez bounces back today. And so does the market. Line moving towards the Brewers, line moving towards the under. I want to take a look at what the first 5 has done as well, because I'm on the first 5 under 4.5 at -130 in this game here for a Nestor Cortez bounce back. And we are starting to see some 4s out there. Line opened up, okay, and it has moved towards the over in the first 5, but it's moved towards the under the full game. Makes me a little bit nervous, but it is what it is. We have, and then, so it went open up 4 -110. It's now 4.5, 4 -125. We are seeing some 4.5s out there. I'm still okay with my bet. I still don't mind my bet. And one reason why I took the first 5 rather than the full game under for this one, even though the market suggests otherwise, is look at what the Brewers bullpen has done the last few games. McGill, Koenig, and Uribe have all thrown back-to-back days. None of them will be available. So my question is, who's going to be the big arm coming out of the bullpen here for the Brewers today? Joel Payams, like Brian Hudson, Elvis Perego. Like, this is a bullpen that has question marks on it right now. And the Cincinnati Reds, their bullpen is fine. Like, their bullpen, Tony Santillan threw 17 yesterday, Emilio Pagan threw 14. They have a full, fresh, ready-to-go bullpen, including if they need length. Graham Ashcraft's available. He last pitched on Saturday. Taylor Rogers didn't pitch yesterday. Brent Suter hasn't pitched in 2 days. Sam Moll hasn't pitched in 2 days. Barlow had the day off. Very, very rested bullpen for Cincinnati. My main worry was the Brewers bullpen, which is ultimately what kept me off the full game under or the Brewers in this game. If you want the Brewers, I would look at them first 5 or first 3. I think the Brewers probably win the first 5. The bullpen makes me nervous about the full game, but I do think the Brewers win the full game here. But I'm going to back Nestor Cortez to bounce back in this game with the first 5 under 4.5. And I like Lodolo as well. So first 5 under for me.
Well, we're gonna add the third play to the site. I really want to thread the needle in this one, Nick. Because I did take the under. I got 8. I also took the Brewers on the run line at plus 175. This is, although, I can get plus 175 on the site. I'm not touching the side on the site besides maybe going after a Brewers money line. Because I like both plays in this game. I think the Brewers. I don't think the Brewers are good. Let me get this straight. I don't think the Brewers are good, but this is a spot that I think the Cincinnati Reds have not looked good offensively, and that seems like a perfect bounce back spot for Nestor Cortez. Especially now not playing in a Little League stadium, playing in a little bit more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark, or a lot more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark. I think this is going to be where he can get a good start. Give me the under and give me the Milwaukee Brewers. Nick, do you like the Brewers at all?
It's a slight lean towards them. It's not enough for me to pull a trigger or anything like that.
But you're not interested in the Reds?
No.
All right.
This is Brewers or pass for me.
Brewers and the under are both going up on the site.
No. And seeing that I like unders in the late games, for my home run late today, I did a double same game. I took 2 players from the early games, 2 Red Sox and 2 Red Sox and Oriole, and then 2 Rockies. I took Rafael Devers. I took Tyler O'Neill. Took Michael Tolia and Mickey Moniak.
Mine
would pay off $450.
Here, make a deal with me. Go and talk to the chat. And I'm going to quickly put together my lay so I could have it done before the end of the baseball segment.
Yeah. Let's see. Ellie De La Cruz home run. Ellie De La Cruz over stolen bases. I could see that. The Brewers were just caught off guard by the torpedo bats. Yeah, probably. Ellie De La Cruz total bases over half. MLB totals are off. I love MLB totals. I love unders in baseball. Unders in baseball. Yes, I will bet overs as well. Love me some good pitching. Love it.
I think I'm going to go similar to what you did, Nick.
Yeah. Under. Yeah. Reds money line. Brewers money line. It's a little bit different there. Me too. First 5 under. Low. Yeah. Rockies 3-way plus 192. Draw. Twins game 3. First 5 3-way draw plus 440. Whoa, that's interesting there. Twins game under 7. Love it. Ellie De La Cruz home run and stolen base. You love Ellie De La Cruz props. Yeah. Get it right. It's Lodola. Yeah. Ellie De La Cruz. There you go. In the Brewers money line. If anybody wants a tail, there you go. Looking for some plus money. There you go. I like the Brew Crew also, but got to wait on the lineup. Fair. Reds for the win. Reds team total over as well. Fair. No way in hell I bet an under with nastiness.
That's what everybody thinks.
Yeah. Reds team total over 4.5. Told you not to bet a nasty Nestor under versus the Yankees, and they ignore me again. Okay. Here, ready? You think we're stubborn? You think we're wrong? Put the play in the contest. Put the over. Put the Reds team total over. Put the Reds money line. Put Nestor Cortez over earned runs. Put Nestor Cortez under strikeouts, under outs, over hits. Whatever the hell you want. Put it in the contest. If you think I'm wrong, put the play in the contest. Put your money where your mouth is.
There you go.
Devers does have a hit. He drove in a run yesterday. And no. Okay. That's disgusting.
I went the opposite direction, Nick. I did the double like you did, but I took 2 Orioles with Rushman and O'Neill, and I took 2 Phillies with Harper and Schwarber. And I had an extra 10 cents in my flip, so $1.10 to win $4.49.
Woo! No need to flaunt there, jeez.
I know, right? Because I logged on after 2 hours of putting in my thing. Anyways, let's head to the NBA, which is.
Hey, yeah, I went 2-0 on the NBA, but the NBA, as you guys will see here, has not been fun.
No, it has not been.
Yeah, even though I'm 15 games over, the juice has gotten me this year. Let's get into it. The Washington Wizards and the Orlando Magic -14 for the Magic, total 216 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history. Oh, I have to, what do you call it? Switch over for line history, switch over for cash flow, switch over for covers. So I'll toss it off to you here as I'm setting everything up. Magic -14, total 216. Any interest in this one whatsoever?
No, not at all. I'm not laying 14 points on the Magic. I think that's stupid. I'm pulling up standings so I can we all know Washington is done, and this is all a bunch of situational spots on which teams care, which teams don't. We got the Washington Wizards, who have been eliminated since October. They are 44 games back of first place. They suck. And then you got a Orlando Magic team that's currently 5 games back of the of a playoff spot behind Milwaukee. And they're a half game ahead of Atlanta for that 7 seed. Let's be honest, Orlando, Atlanta, Miami, Chicago are all your what do you call it teams again? Playing teams again. And they're fighting for seeding. Does it matter? No, I don't think it matters to me.
I think it does matter.
Okay, not enough for me to lay 14 points on the Magic. Okay, okay, at least we got that across. So no, I'm not interested in it at all.
Yeah, the Magic are coming in off the 116, the 105 win over the San Antonio Spurs. Let's quickly touch on the line history. It opened up 12.5, 13. It's now up to a 14. So we do have a move towards the Orlando Magic. Line opened up 217.5 down to a 214.5. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. 80% of tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over. Line's dropping. Does increase interest in an under for me here in this spot. For some of these games that it doesn't matter, do we think it would be more unders or more overs?
More overs because they play less defense. I don't know.
But it's two bad teams.
I that's why I can't really. We're in MLB season now. It's tough for me to want to go and back a game like this. Maybe if we were midway through the season and MLB hasn't started yet, I could look at this game and go, let me try to find a total or something to go along with it. I'm very, very selective now when it comes to betting NBA games because they have to mean something. I can't bet games like this that are honestly 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, and then we have 49% of tickets, 56% of the cash on the Magic. I wonder what your record would be for the last couple weeks here to lay the wood on teams that are in playoff spots or fighting for seeding and stuff like that versus teams that are already out. I truly wonder what your record would be.
Yeah.
Is you have teams that are obviously trying versus teams that are not. So this would be Magic minus 14 or 14.5, whatever. I wonder what your record would be. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm betting it.
No.
I'm saying I wonder how you would do if you just blindly back the teams that care versus the teams that don't.
Yeah. I have no clue how you would do with that. I will say I want to have a new form of lottery pick for the NBA. And I really like the idea of say once a team gets eliminated, mathematically eliminated, they're eligible now. They have to start winning games in order to build up their draft.
Ready? I got a better.
So whoever has the most wins after being eliminated gets the top pick in the draft.
Or has the best odds to win the draft lottery.
No. We don't. It's no longer a lottery.
See, I still want the draft lottery, but hear me out on this one. The teams that have the highest odds to win the draft lottery are the 11 seeds in each conference. The teams that barely miss out on the playoffs. So you're still trying to make the playoffs, but if you barely miss them, you have a better odds to win the number one overall team than the team that's been tanking all year long.
But the thing is, the team that's tanking all year long needs it more.
So
that's why I like my idea is if once you get eliminated, you have to start winning in order to be able to be higher.
And you get points,
better odds. Yes. So it would be whoever has the most wins after getting mathematically eliminated gets whatever draft pick or whatever. So, but I'm staying off this one. By the way, shout out to Coyote for putting 446 in a 5-minute timeout. That was fucking hilarious. I'm going to wait 2 weeks to sign up, and I'll let everyone get ahead. And honestly, it makes zero difference. Oh, yeah, shout out to Heat Moneyline yesterday.
Yeah, I mentioned this in the beginning of the show when I was recapping my Heat plus 11.
Oh, real quick, I want to mention something from a game yesterday because I know 446 loves to tell us about pregame stuff with the Mets. Ronald McDonald threw out the first pitch for the Phillies. I heard nothing about it, which is weird because normally 446 would bring up something like this. But anyways, give me Franz Wagner double-double. Over Kyle RBI. What is this game, bro? Minus 14? Yeah, no, not interested. Under 216 or a Wizards team total under. There shouldn't be a lottery. See how quick NFL teams can be competitive? Yeah. NBA, some teams will suck for 20 years because they'll never get the number one pick. Put me in timeout. Yeah, Coyote did. It was great. People say worse, and I get timeout. How rude. How come you never put Dave on timeout? He's more perverted than anyone. Because we like Dave. That's a great idea, Tim. All right. All right, Nick, we get another game.
Yeah, we had the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. We have another matchup, though, of a team that's trying versus a team that's not. We have the Philadelphia 76ers who are done, eliminated, and they're playing like it. 0-9 straight up, 1-8 ATS in the last 9 games. This is a team where if you find these teams that are obviously not trying, we could have been fading these 76ers for weeks now and been doing just amazing doing so because they've just given up. And I mean, it's not like they're favorites in all these games. That they're 0-8 in the last 8 ATS. 12-point dogs, 6-point dogs, 10.5-point dogs, 3-point dogs, 3-point favorites. It's the Wizards that lost outright. 8-point dogs, 6-point dogs, 13-point dogs. They're getting their ass whooped as dogs and not even coming close. 14-point loss, 18-point loss, 23-point loss, 5-point loss to the 3-point favorite. 13-point loss, 13-point loss, 8-point loss, 23-point loss. Like, this is a 76ers team that's just plain and simply not trying. On the flip side, we have the Milwaukee Bucks, who are in the 6th seed for the East, who are battling for positioning with the Pistons and the Pacers.
No, not really with the Pacers anymore.
Not really with the Pacers
They're
anymore.
three and a half games behind the Pacers.
But you know where I was getting at with that.
Yes.
For that spot there. So they have something to try for. Line open up in 11.5. We're seeing 12s. So we do move towards them. Line open up 224. It's now 227.5. Where if 75% take, it's 83% of cash on the Bucks. Once again, it's Bucks or nothing for me. If I'm playing, I'm laying. And I think in the NBA going forward, I'm more interested in favorites than I am dogs, which is not my style of betting. But I want to back teams that care versus teams that don't.
Okay.
So that would mean the only thing though, I'm not laying double digits on the road.
No, absolutely not. Never.
I think I've done that once or twice this year, and I think I actually won both those, or 1-1 or something like that.
Impressive.
I'm not laying double digits on the road, but it's if I'm playing, I'm laying.
That's fair. I am not playing. And I know it's. And I do apologize because I know sometimes it could seem boring when it gets to the NBA section because I don't like to play a lot of games at this time of the year. Once the playoffs start, boy, I'm betting every single game.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even a question.
I'll tackle playoffs when people care.
When everybody's starting and we know where the teams are and who they're playing, that's when it matters. This doesn't mean shit. Because honestly, if you're the Bucks, do you really care who you play in the first round, whether or not it's the Knicks, Pistons, or Pacers? No, I don't really think it matters. Honestly, well, actually, it kind of does. I would rather play the Pistons or Pacers than the Knicks, but at the same time, I feel like they could beat any of those teams if we're being realistic here. Am I laying 12 points? No. At this point, it's official, Nick. We have our 10 teams that are going to be in the Eastern Conference playoffs because the Raptors, Nets, Sixers, Hornets, and Wizards are all mathematically eliminated. And that's why the Chicago Bulls have clinched a play-in spot. So there you go. We're getting to that point of the year where there's 7-8 games left. And this is the time of the year where it's going to fucking suck to bet the NBA. And you're going to get big favorites like this. And I'm not touching the Sixers at all.
Sure.
See how disrespected 446 gets? They don't get the number one followers. Well, you see how disrespectful it is that we offer a contest that you've been asking for a while and you don't even join it? See how it works?
It's extremely disrespectful.
Bucks minus 24.
I mean, if you want to go for a score, go for a score.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk you off of going for a big score like that. Sixers team total under. Yes. I time out when I think it's necessary. Lean Bucks but pass. He wants to back teams that care, and he bets the Suns the other day. Okay, we're done talking about the Suns. Under 226 is free. Minus 20 for the Bucks is my lean. Bulls are in the plans, but most likely the Bulls will end up getting the 10 seed, play one game in Miami, and lose. But speaking of Miami,
knock off Miami. This is a spot I kind of like.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. We have the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Miami Heat. This line, line opened up at a 5.5, immediately went to a 4.5. So the opening line was 4.5. It's still 4.5. And then we have line opened up 226. It's down to a 225 in this one here. We have the Memphis Grizzlies, 54% of tickets, 56% of the cash is on them because kind of 50-50 split. The line's moved a couple cents since the immediate 1-point line movement, like 30 seconds in. And sometimes we'll see that. It's just like book adjustments and stuff like that. It's not really like money coming in or something like that. It's just they put it in there and they're like, nope, let's move it one point or whatever. We have a Heat team, or my bad, a Memphis team that's struggling right now. They're 2-8 straight up in ATS the last 10 games. They are currently in the 8th seed now for the Western Conference. They, I believe are they still without Morant? No, Morant looks like he's back now. Yeah, Morant's back. And we have a Heat team that, I mean, I get it. You want to back teams that care, and you want to fade teams that don't. I mean, this Heat team looks like they care right now. 6 in a row, 8 of the last 10. And I think ultimately that'll keep me off the spot I was leaning towards, because I wanted the Grizzlies a little bit in this game. Because how about a major letdown spot here? It's the second half of a back-to-back. It's the third game in 4 nights. You just knocked off the Boston Celtics by 21 points last night.
In Boston.
And now you have to travel back down to South Beach and play a game against a out-of-conference opponent. And when you look at Miami, they have their spot locked up.
They don't.
They're playing spot locked up. My bad. They're playing spot locked up. And are they? What are they?
They're a game behind the Hawks, game and a half behind the Magic, game in front of the Bulls. They're going to be all jockeying for position in the playing game so that you can get a home game. Because if you're a 7 seed, you're guaranteed you're guaranteed at least 1 home game, if not 2. If you're an 8 seed, you're kind of guaranteed at least 1 home game if you don't win the first one. Miami, if they get the 9, or whoever gets the 9 seed gets 1 home game. 10 seed has to win 2 road games, and that's difficult to do in the NBA. So, no, they're still jockeying for position. But I'll be honest. You said you lean Grizzlies. I'm getting my card started with the Grizzlies because this is a horrible spot for the Heat. Big win. What were they? 8-point dogs yesterday? 10.5-point dogs yesterday. They won outright by 21 points in Boston against a big rival. Then they had to travel all the way back down to Miami. And I think it's just a very, very shitty spot for them in this game. I think the Grizzlies, this is your game to bounce back. Since firing their coach, though, the Grizzlies look like shit.
Yeah, but I'll get into that in a second.
They're 2-8 in their last 10, losing 4 in a row. At the same time, they win tonight. They're back up in the 6th seed. So
this game means a lot to the Memphis Grizzlies. Plus, let's just take a stroll real quick. Their 4-game losing streak at Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
The Lakers.
Yeah.
The Celtics.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm. All teams that are ridiculously
all teams that are above them right now. This is a major step down in competition. This is a get-right game for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm hopping on them as well. -4.5, -110 over on Bet365. Count me in.
Yeah, I like it. It's getting humid here in New York. There you go. No wind. So Heat. No, I don't like the Heat. Under, I could see the under. I could definitely see the under in this game, but I'm not going Heat. No. Heat seem to be trying lately while the Grizzlies tanking. This line makes no sense. It does make sense when you got a very bad spot for the Heat. Nope, New York, AI6, pass. I'm in B-more, pre-faking before Horseshoe Casino.
There you go.
Lopez over 3s. Grizzlies Heat used a lot of energy to beat Boston.
Yes.
That's kind of our point to this one. That's why we really like the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
What's up, my guys? Let's get it. It's Cash today. Hit the like button. Peace, people. Show me some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Timmy, you know the rest of the saying. My dog, value. In the MLB, yes. Hey, Lex Steele. Lopez over Pra. Just in time for the best part of the show. No, you missed. You missed baseball, dude. If you're the Heat, you want the 8 play in rather than the 9. They will try hold their nose and bet the house on Heat. What? And the Grizzlies don't want to get the 6 or maybe even the 5 seed tonight? Because if the Grizzlies win and Golden State loses to the Lakers later, they jump back up to the 5 seed. So Memphis tonight, yes. It seems too easy to bet on the Grizzlies. I don't think
you have a lot of people who just saw the Heat beating the Celtics by 21 points. Like I disagree with this wholeheartedly. I mean, how can you bet the Grizzlies? They've lost 4 in a row. They haven't covered in 4 in a row. The Heat are hot. They've won 6 in a row. They've covered in 8 in a row. How can you not bet the Heat tonight? Seems too easy.
Have a good night. Had a good night last night. Spurs money line. Well, once the Nuggets set everybody, the Nuggets don't care right now. They'll get their playoff spot. They don't care who they play. And you know what? I like that they're doing it this way. I don't care that they're 4-6 their last 10. I don't care that they've lost 2 in a row. I don't really care about how they're finishing the rest of the regular season. They're resting their players. They did not do that last year. Look what happened to them in the first. That was the second round last year. Look what happened to them. They completely fell apart. They looked exhausted against the Timberwolves, and because they kept overplaying all their stars. They're not doing it this year. I think it's going to pay dividends in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
He have winning a back-to-back record this season. Tread with caution. There you go. Grizzlies should not lay -4. I think they should. Boston loses to Miami last night. Ouch. Bad loss. The thing is,
Boston care.
Boston doesn't give a shit anymore. Boston knows they get the 2 seed. They're not going up. They're not going down. Not a bad loss for Boston because they don't care. Big win for Miami.
Yes.
Leaning Heat, but pass. Warriors won't lose tonight. I don't know about that. Stop talking in third person, Marcos. You're so odd. Grizzlies are in chaos with the firing of their coach. No way I bet them.
Love it.
Fine. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Warriors, 5th now. They look out, Denver. We are on your ass for 4th, and Lakers on their way to 3rd. Second, you're not getting 2nd place to Houston. Pre-gaming. I got you, man. Grizzlies front office fired coach midseason. I don't want. Yeah, I have a feeling it was something internal.
I think that Memphis gets bounced in the play-ins, but
I watched the Heat. They are motivated. Heat money line. You heard it here first.
Okay.
I might trail you. Hey, if 446, if you believe in the in it, then we should put like $25 up each on money lines, and we'll go. Let's keep on rolling, Nick. We got 3 more NBA games left.
Yeah, we have the Portland Trailblazers taking on the Toronto Raptors. This line opened up Portland -1 and immediately went to a 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4.5. Big move towards the Portland Trailblazers. Line opened up 225 down to a 224.5. Taking a look at the line, the cash flow for this one here, where we have 52% of tickets, 57% of cash on the Blazers. The line's moving towards the Blazers. This is a big move towards the Blazers, though. And then 77% of tickets, 75% of cash on the over in this spot here. Both teams don't care. They're both these teams are out. Good luck finding motivation for either of these teams.
Portland's not mathematically eliminated.
They're done. They're done.
Yes, I know, but they're not technically mathematically eliminated yet.
They're coming off of a win and snapped a 4-game losing streak in their last one there. Should Portland take care of business in this game?
Should.
Yes. Should they be laying 3.5, 4.5 points on the road?
No.
I don't know. This is an easy stay off for me here. Not enough of an angle for me.
I remember we looked at Portland's schedule. They played Toronto, who is mathematically eliminated, Chicago, who's already in their spot, San Antonio, who's eliminated, Utah, who's eliminated, and then Golden State and LA when they're probably sitting
winnable games coming up, but they're not.
They can realistically go 6-0 to finish the season and still not make the playoffs. Play-ins. Just because unless we see
3 games behind Sacramento.
They can go 6-0 and they would need a 3-3 from Sacramento. I don't really see that happening, but I'm not interested. 1-800-GAMBLER. I moved on.
Yeah. Portland's not 100% dead.
They're not, but mathematically they're not dead, but they're pretty much dead.
They need Sacramento to fall off the face of the earth, which I want to take a look at Sacramento's schedule when you go over to the chat. Sacramento gets Charlotte, then Cleveland, Detroit, Denver, LA, and Phoenix.
Grizzlies play absolutely no defense. I cannot. I can't not believe it's 4.5. I don't care if they beat Boston. Yeah. Put 45. Put $25 on it. With me. You take the Heat money line. I'll take the Grizzlies money line, and we'll roll. Yeah. Or you broke. Blazers smash. 446. I put the bet out there. You tell me whether or not you want it. This one's gross, Nick.
Yeah, let's get into it. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves 13-point road favorites in this game with a total of 215.5. Take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have the line opening up at 12. It's now at 13. Line opened up to 18. It's down to a 215.5. So move towards the under and a move towards the Timberwolves. We have 62% of tickets, 72% of cash on Minnesota. Line moving slightly towards them. 81% of tickets, 80% of cash is on the over. The line's moving towards said over. Actually, no, it's moving slightly towards the under. Minnesota, 3 straight wins. They had a day off after that double overtime game against Denver in altitude. Now but on that day off, they went travel from Denver to Brooklyn as they start a road trip here, where they'll play Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and Memphis coming up as well. I have no interest in laying this number with the Timberwolves on the road like this. Timberwolves have been decent on the road, 21-16. They're playing a Brooklyn Nets team, though, that as big dogs, they're feisty. They won outright last game as 10-point dogs, the Brooklyn Nets. I was on Brooklyn in that game. So it looks like they're not playing out the strings as much as other teams are. They're 7-3 ATS in the last 10 games, telling me they're a little undervalued at the moment. This is Brooklyn or no bet for me. But if I go into tonight's card with just the Grizzlies, I'm not mad at all. Maybe I might add a play in the last game.
I think I'm going to end up betting the last game. Other than that, I'm not going to really be too interested in anything in this game. So I'm going to make this one quick. I want to pass on this game.
Fair.
That's it.
I think I might move on this last game.
446 has never shown money. He talks all this money, but I've not seen a single dollar, right? Portland lean, pass, maybe lean Brooklyn. Did you review Chattanooga or don't care about it? What are your thoughts? Asking for a friend.
Try to see.
I like Irvine. Like that's a team that we made some money on this year.
Question is the line too big?
3.5.
I have no cash flow on the spread. Public's on the Irvine money line at 90% of the tickets, 68% of the cash. This feels like Chattanooga spread could be the look, but I did not cap the game, so don't quote me on it.
Honestly, if I'm looking at anything in college basketball today, I kind of want to look towards Nova. -6 versus USC. That spot kind of talks to me. Nova late in the night, but I don't really.
Does Nova care?
More than a USC team.
Sure.
See, the NIT smaller conferences like to play in. Like, look at the teams that are playing in it right now. For today, UCF, who used to be in the American, Cincinnati, who used to be in the American, Chattanooga, small school, Irvine, small school, Villanova, small school, USC. You do the math. And then last night, Butler and Boise State played, Nebraska and Georgetown played. Like, I look at that and go, interesting. Those are because the NIT is for small schools. I love the NIT. I haven't really paid attention to it this year, but Timmy better stay for hockey. I'm going to, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to end up betting. How big is the card for hockey today?
9 games.
So I have no money, but I'm down 4K. Damn, I wish I had no money. All right, coward. Yeah, you never donated or bet with the show. You just watch every day, which is fun. But you have a lot of talk for no backing it up. Coyote, I love you. Damn, I must go for business. Enjoy all. Kisses to everyone. Yeah, bye. Nets. Rudy Gobert over points. Almost done with Trash Cabal to get to the coolest part of the show. Yeah, 446 is all talk. I agree. Been riding UC Irvine one more time. Did anyone have Wizards money line last night? No, I didn't bet it. All right, Nick, final game of the NBA card.
Yeah, and I'm going to look at money lines for this because the spread, I mean,
yeah,
it's close enough for this. Let's talk about it. The LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors game of the night, arguably. Yeah. Line opened up minus 125 for the Lakers, down to a 120. They get up to 135 at one point. Line opened up 133.5, down to a 229. So a move towards the under and a move towards these Warriors. On the for the cash flow in this game, we have 58% of the tickets, 61% of cash coming on the Lakers, 66% of tickets, 78% of cash on the money line for the Lakers. Well, I'm moving towards the Warriors. So 86% of tickets, 87% of cash is on the over here as well. We have Golden State coming in playing well as they are looking to finish up their road trip with a win. They had yesterday off, traveling back from Memphis. And this is, I mean, yeah, it's a road game, but they probably were able to sleep in their own beds tonight.
Yeah.
Or last night. So they're back from their road trip, per se. And they get the Denver Nuggets tomorrow as well, Golden State at home. So that's something to keep an eye out on as well. The Lakers do get the Pelicans tomorrow. Lakers are off of back-to-back wins against Memphis and Houston. Golden State's been playing well right now as well. The line's moving towards the Lakers with the money. Or my bad. The line's moving towards the Warriors with the money coming in on the Lakers. This feels like Golden State or no bet, doesn't it?
I am on Golden State. By the way, real quick, I just wanted to quickly kind of throw it into perspective. These two teams are 338 miles away from each other, so probably they did stay in San Francisco. They were probably not in LA yet.
Fair.
Or sorry, they are probably in LA. They're not in San Francisco. This is truly the last game of the road trip. Honestly, these are two teams that are going to be jockeying for position. If the Lakers lose this game, all of a sudden, the Nuggets are a half game ahead of the Lakers, and the Warriors will be a game behind the Lakers. So the Warriors are making their way up. The Warriors have looked good since the trade, since the Jimmy Butler trade. He's definitely helped them out. I would love to see the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors play in the first round, and then the winner get Oklahoma City, so that we don't see any of them. But I look at this game. I think this is a good spot for the Warriors. I'm grabbing them. I got them plus 105. Both teams care. This is not a situational spot that neither team cares, because these are teams that are jockeying for positions. It's just, who do you want to play? And home court. So I like the Warriors in this one.
Yep, I took the Warriors plus 105. Even though I like the Warriors in this game, can I throw out a player prop on this one potentially as well?
Okay.
Curry scored 52 points last game.
Take him under.
Under 25.5 points, minus 110 over on Fanatics.
Dirty, but I like it.
Because you think maybe the Lakers will focus more on Curry and other players can get the ball, like Jimmy Butler, things along those lines.
Maybe.
Draymond Green.
I don't hate that option.
Curry goes for 20 points but gets 10 assists instead.
I could definitely see that.
Under 25.5 for Curry.
I like that. I like that.
I don't bet player props, but if I did, Curry under.
I like that. UTC had like 13 straight wins to end the season. Yeah, they didn't get in because it was UC San Diego that got in from their conference?
Mm-hmm. From the Big West?
Big legal books don't have Nova in those games. Oh, Nova's not in the NIT. That's the CBI.
That's the CBC or something like that.
That's the CBC?
Something like that. It's not a sanctioned event. So like offshore books will have those lines, but not recreational books.
It's like the MGM. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's not a legal sports betting event.
Heard in America. Road Warriors, Lakers now. 446 has money, but you cannot support the guys that give you 2+ hours a day over the last 2 years and not entertain. Yeah.
3.5
Not
years.
a good look.
3.5 years because we started in November of 21.
Chattanooga and Irvine were probably the top teams in their conferences. I just like Irvine overall throughout the season. Bet them more than Chattanooga this year. Fair. Must win for Warriors. I don't really see either of them as must-win games.
It's jockeying for position.
At this point, actually, it's more important for the Warriors to win this game just because if they lose, they're tied with Minnesota, Clippers, and Memphis. Memphis will depend on the night, but only play as the Lakers. I want to see Denver Laker first round. No thanks. Oh no, that's fine. The Nuggets are going to take care of them, but Luka over assist. Warriors, where Jimmy has been a different animal, different beast, but the same animal. Coyotes. Golden State might get in, but then the Luka LeBron combo is tough. This shit will be a good watch. I will watch none of it. Yeah, we bet it as is. Volatility seems higher in the NBA than the NHL. Yes. Warriors dark horse to win the West. No. Luka, LeBron versus Curry, Green, Butler. Road Warriors is Reeveson. I think so. I want to see Denver, Minnesota, so Wolves can pull them out again. Because you're scared? Because you're scared of having to play them again? The Mocs were going to get choked, slammed by the Anteaters today. Luka, LeBron, Reeves, this will be a tight game. No, they won't, Tim. 4-3 LA over the Nuggets. Sure. We'll go with that. Hockey, Nick.
Let's get into it. And this is another time of year where both the NBA and the NHL are very similar right now. I think the NHL is a little bit deeper into their season. Because I think that there's 80, they play 82 games. And this is game number 75 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And it's game 74 for the Ottawa Senators. So they have 7 and 8 games left in the season, these two teams. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they are playing really well right now. 4 straight wins. Granted, they knocked off Pittsburgh, Utah, Islanders, 4 games against teams that are not making the playoffs. But this is a Lightning team that is fighting for something right now. On the flip side, we have Ottawa, who are coming in off of a loss against Buffalo in their last game, 5-2. They've basically got their playoff spot not locked up, but they're pretty safe in the spot that they are in right now. The Ottawa Senators, because they currently have a 5-point lead over the Montreal Canadiens for the first wild card spot, and they have a 5-point lead over the Rangers for a playoff spot in general, and they have a game in hand on the Rangers. So something to keep an eye on there. And then they have a 7-point lead over Columbus with a game in hand on Columbus, and then it goes down from there. And this is a Tampa Bay Lightning team that is currently fighting with the Leafs for the Atlantic Division. And the Leafs got the win last night, and the Leafs lead the Lightning by 3 points with a game in hand. And I need to take a look. Do these two teams have a game against each other?
I don't think so.
They do.
Oh, they do.
April 9th in Tampa Bay, Lightning and Leafs. That'll probably decide the Atlantic Division, that game. Because I think Tampa Bay runs through Ottawa right now in this game. The way Ottawa's playing, and Tampa has more to play for right now. And they're hot, and they're playing well. This has got to be Tampa Bay or no bet for me in this game. And I'm seeing 135 over on ESPN Bet. Or do I go for a little bit of a score at the -1 line? -135, 180. I'm going to go for the score in this game. Rather than laying $1.35 with the Lightning, it's 135 and 180. Plus 119 on the -1 line. Give me Tampa in this game. I think that they get another win against this Ottawa team. team that they've owned this year. Yes, I know it's tough to beat a team 3 times. This is a Tampa Bay Lightning team I'm not stepping in front of right now. And I will go ahead and back them in this game here. Lightning -1 plus 119 for me.
I look at this one. We got a Toronto team that's already clinched a playoff spot. Teams that have clinched playoff spots include Maple Leafs, Capitals, Hurricanes, Jets, Dallas, and Vegas. Eliminated teams include Kraken, Predators, Blackhawks, and Sharks. No team has been eliminated in the Eastern Conference yet.
Nope.
But there will be soon. I looked at this one. This could be – you always see Ottawa kind of put up a fight against
That's against Toronto.
That's against Toronto. I'm thinking Toronto. My bad. I'm probably not betting a whole lot in the NHL. Let's be completely honest. NHL is not my thing. I have not been good in the NHL when I bet it this year. There will be certain spots that I think, ooh, this could be good. This is not a game that I feel like I need to get involved with.
Yeah.
And I probably will end up taking the Maple Leafs when they play against Tampa Bay later.
I will not.
I know you won't.
I won't.
But it's not the playoffs. It's regular season.
I will be on the next team as well that we'll talk about. This is definitely another motivational spot.
Let's try to run through these. The sanctioned event is BS. Books probably lost so much money. Tampa Bay. Tampa team total over. LO, that would be hilarious if the Lakers got eliminated in the first round after. Yeah, right. They can't stay in fourth, Tim, so they'll probably play. They'll probably lose to Oklahoma City in round 2. You're Denver. You don't think Denver can stay at number 3 and then play the Rockets in the first round? I'm out. See you, Marcus. Hagel assist, Genzel assist, Kucherov points, Braden points. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot my lays: Bolts and Preds, Bees and Prens, Abs and Flames, Utah and Jets.
Bees and Pens. Oh boy, I'm promising I'm against both of those. Damn, I'm gonna probably be on a lot of NHL today.
This is blasphemy. Good luck, dude. It's the over. Tampa Bay puck line in regulation. Over in the Tampa Bay game. Shame on you, Isaacs. Avs just -142. Bolts -142. Fishy lines.
I won't say fishy line on the Bolts game. I think that's line's right. Ottawa's playing fine, and Tampa Bay's on the road.
Not to mention both teams are on the road. Because Colorado's on the road too.
On a back-to-back.
Yeah.
After an overtime game.
Isaacs, Tampa. I like Blues and Habs.
I will be on both.
What did I do? The streak might get snapped by the dusty, flightless Birds, but Blues tonight, no matter what.
Oh, I'm puck lining the Blues.
There you go.
That's not a question.
Nick, NHL record.
Fuck. Yeah.
I will count on Nick's years off hockey capping and experience.
Yeah, this year's been terrible though.
Tampa puck line, Kucherov point, Braden point. Tampa Bay too low. It's -142, not -135. Keep in mind these lines were from about almost 2 hours ago.
Yep.
Preds money line seems nice. I think a draw, and it might actually look towards Columbus. 3-time win. Where's Sasaki 6'9" Treyway? Don't know what that means. I saw 3 lines, and they were fishy. Y'all like UTC to win both and score 75. Honestly, I didn't touch that game at all. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
I moved on this one too. Talk about motivational. One team has given up, the other team is not. We have the Montreal Canadiens off of back-to-back wins against the Florida Panthers. But this is a very motivated Montreal Canadiens team. We'll talk about them. Their place in the standings right now in a second. On the flip side, the Boston Bruins have mailed it in. This is an easy fade for me of the Boston Bruins.
Lost 9 straight.
I'm going to be on Montreal -1 here and -127. Let's talk about it. It is 9 in a row that the Boston Bruins have lost. Granted, the last 2 losses and 3 of the 9. They've lost by the puck line in 6 of those 9 losses. So this is a Bruins team that is really struggling right now. They mailed it in at the trade deadline, trading away Carlo and Marchand and Coyle and drawing blanks on. Swayman's been terrible this year as well after getting paid. This Montreal Canadiens team, and I get it. People are going to be looking at it. Boston's dominated Montreal. 5 straight wins for Boston over Montreal. 9 of the last 10. How many of those Boston teams had no Marchand?
None.
How many of those teams had no Bergeron?
None.
How many of those teams had no Coyle?
None.
Maybe some. Like, this is a different Boston Bruins team that is fade the rest of the season. They did the trade deadline the way the Islanders should have, trading off everybody. And they're going to benefit long term because of it. And I'm going to fade them. I'm going to fade them some more. Montreal -1 here for me, -127.
I'll be honest. I'm looking at the card. I probably want to get to 1 play today on the hockey card. So I'm not gonna be breaking down games. I'll let you do it. But I'll break down 1 game that I like. Go ahead. Look ahead spot for the Abs. Blues up next. I would think championship games go under. They could. Would you? What were the lines considered fishy, Icex? For me, it starts above some, including Avs and VGK as well. I don't see VGK as a fishy line.
No, they're at home against Winnipeg.
Yeah. BS. Bees would want to sweep the Habs after Habs beat the Cats.
I need to see something out of the Bruins.
There you go. I'm seeing either Tampa 4-3 or 3-1 result. I'm out. Good luck. Good luck to you too. Bruins over 5.5. Habs team total over instead of 1.5.
I can see that.
Geeky. Anytime goal. We actually agree on the ice. Bruins tonight. Canadians being this big of a favorite in a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Caulfield. Yep. Both Sens, Kings, Utah, Jets, Vegas.
Oh wow, I'm against you a decent amount.
I don't see the Jets Vegas one, but that's the game I like. So we agree on Ice X. I'll be on the draw, maybe a lean towards Boston. I usually like to back the Canadians at home. Habs money line. That's the beauty and the major reason why I have Bruins. LO that fucking rivalry. The Habs and the Have-Nots. My twist Bon Sancho Panza. The Habs and Have-Nots. Let's go Canadians. Habs in regulation.
No, I like it.
All right, Nick, let's keep on rolling. You got the Colorado Avalanche and the Columbus Blue Jackets, 6.5 total. Avalanche, 135 faves.
Yeah, I mean, the Avalanche are coming in on second half of back-to-back. They played a shootout game last night against Chicago. They were -400 favorites. This team looks very lackluster right now when you look at the Colorado Avalanche. And on the flip side, we have a Columbus team that's playing better. They took care of business against Nashville, as they should have. They've now won 3 of their last 4 games. Granted, 2 of them were in shootouts. And they're a dog in this price. And I understand why. I understand why they're a dog because Colorado is an awesome team. And they are going to obviously make the playoffs. They're going to win a round. They're going to beat Dallas in the first round of the playoffs, the Colorado Avalanche. I'm sticking my flag there. So don't be surprised when the playoff series odds come out. And I bet the Colorado Avalanche to beat the Stars. But with that being said, the Avalanche are currently 6 points behind the Stars with 2 games, with the Stars having 2 games in hand. And then for the wild card, they're 7 points up on the Wild with no games in hand. So the Colorado Avalanche are going absolutely nowhere in the standings. They are going to finish in the Central 3. They're going to start the series on the road against the Dallas Stars, and they're going to beat them in 6 games. On the flip side, you have the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are fighting tooth and nail to make the playoffs. They are currently 2 points behind both the Rangers and the Canadiens. They have 2 games in hand on the Rangers. They have a game in hand on the Canadiens. With a win tonight, they are tied with the Canadiens if the Canadiens lose in regulation. But they won't be losing that game in hand tonight because the Canadiens also play. This is Columbus. This is Columbus for me. And now is the time of the year where we're going to start backing teams that care. Pretty plain and simple. The Avalanche have no motivation in this game. It's a back-to-back. They just played a shootout game last night. They look lackadaisical in that game. And the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to try to claw their way into the playoffs this year. I'm going to back him here in this one. Columbus plus 125 for me. Yes, I'm going to have action in the first 4 games of the card.
There you go. Try to keep running through these because we're almost at 2 hours.
Yep.
Columbus draw spot. You could definitely see a draw because both these two teams don't care
both these teams don't care about
the other teams getting points.
And you'll see definitely if it's tied late in the game that Columbus will be very conservative.
Love the Avs playing the big fave look ahead spot to Columbus. Columbus first period and full game over.
Fantilli.
Columbus is a system team back at home, fade on the road. Makar over points. I have one question. How the fuck did the Bruins become so bad this season?
They traded everybody away, and they lack center depth. You take a look at that, and I wish I had Boston under this year for futures. I was looking at that for Boston under. Boston missed the playoffs. It was just one of those years. It's like, is it eventually going to happen? Is it eventually going to happen? It happened. You saw that center depth that the Boston Bruins had, and it was Pavel Zacha playing on the top line. Like, that's not going to win you hockey games in the NHL.
No. Over in the Columbus game, Avs puck line, Menchenko, Brune Jenner, Columbus team total over.
Don't hate that.
Wait, I don't know why I wrote that. I don't know what you're talking about. What about under 6.5? You can see that. Monahan assist. Avs have been disappointing this week. They come up lackluster against Calgary and Chicago. Bob Oliver, thoughts on Columbus over in the team total for the first period?
I don't hate that.
Ice-X, what are you sipping or smoking? Ask for 446. And then a bunch of players in the same game parlay. I'm in tears. Ha. Oh, yoy, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have been watching the show at all the last couple weeks, you know exactly where I'm going in this game. This will be, I think, the last of 4 straight games that I'm betting to start this NHL card. It's Blues puck line. Pretty simple. It's Blues puck line for me. I got plus 115. And it is Blues until they lose. Pretty simple. They've won 10 in a row. I've been on them every single game in that winning streak. I'm on them 11-1 to make the playoffs, and that's looking pretty good right now. And I have a feeling if the St. Louis Blues are not careful, they're going to play the Dallas Stars in the first round, or not the Dallas Stars, the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of the playoffs, rather than the Vegas Golden Knights, if they pass the Minnesota Wild in the wild card race there. Nope. No, my bad. Reverse that. If the Blues are, the Blues will be playing the Vegas Golden Knights instead of the Wild. The Wild will be playing Winnipeg, which would make me like the Wild a little bit more in the playoffs. If that was the case. And this is a Blues team that I'm just going to continue to bet on until proven otherwise. 10 straight wins. They are the best team in hockey right now. Like, if I was creating power rankings based on how teams are playing right now, there's nobody playing better hockey in the NHL than St. Louis Blues. They're now 41, 28, and 7 on the year. They are pretty close to not locking in a playoff spot, but they're every game passing, they get closer and closer to it. Even though they are in the 8th seed, they have 2 games. Granted, Calgary has 2 games in hand on them, but they're up 7 points on them. The Blues are, and this is a spot where I think the Blues win again, and against a Pittsburgh team that is done at this point. They're not complete fade material, but I'm not interested in backing them either. This is Blues puck line for me at plus 115.
There you go. How many teams go to playoffs in the NHL? The
8 in each conference. 3 from each division, 2 wild cards.
Yep. I could see a first period over in Columbus.
Yep.
Blues look ahead spots the Avs, Jets, and Oilers.
Okay.
But at the same time, they still need to win games. It shouldn't matter. Real teams get into the playoffs on merit in hockey, unlike every other sport. Pens, money line, go flightless birds. Draw spot. I could see a draw.
No.
Blues puck line. Sorry. No. Blues revenge spot. Would be a shame if Blues lost in regulation to the Pens. Blues in the under. They already have. Rust over points. Shh. I wonder what friend of ESB Jordan Bennington thinks about the game.
Blues money line.
Crosby anytime goal. I guess that's why they call it the Blues. Hockey had real playoffs, not like the NBA. I trust me. I'll tell you, I hate the NBA playoff structure. I do. St. Louis. Let's keep rolling, Nick. We got 5 more games left.
Yeah, and we have the Dallas Stars taking on the Winnipeg Jets. We have the Dallas Stars minus 290 favorites in this game now. We're seeing 295s with a total of 6 in this game. Looking at the standings, I mean, it's not far-fetched that the Dallas Stars can win the President's Trophy this year. They are 4 points behind the Winnipeg Jets with a game in hand, and they could be the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. And they're 3 points behind the Capitals with a game in hand. So it's not far-fetched that the Dallas Stars, if they continue playing the way they are, can win the President's Trophy this year. On the flip side, we have the Nashville Predators, who kind of mailed it in. They are coming off of an 8-4 loss against the Columbus Blue Jackets. They've now lost 4 in a row against St. Louis, Vegas, Philly, and Columbus. 3 of those teams are playoff teams. The other one is on a coach's bump. So they've had a little bit of a rough trip there. And all of a sudden, things have clicked in Dallas. 6 straight wins against Philly, Minnesota, Edmonton, Calgary, Seattle. Now Seattle, that's not the greatest of wins, but they're wins. I mean, I'm not laying this number on Dallas. I'll promise you that. But I have no interest in Nashville the rest of the season, most likely. So no play here for me. I think Dallas can very well win the President's Trophy this year.
I mean, they're only 4 points behind. Not crazy.
I want to see what the odds are for the Dallas Stars to win the President's Trophy.
They're not going to, but
they're not.
I could see a bashing 9-2 or 5-1. Jesus fucking Christ!
Not 9-2, but yeah, I can see an offensive explosion.
Drawing the under. I like paying Nashville. As long as a Western Conference team wins the West, I'm fine fading whoever's in the first round.
What? As long as a Western Conference team
wins the President's Trophy.
Okay, yeah. Okay. The Jets are even money. The Capitals are plus 170. The Stars are plus 370 to win the President's Trophy. Don't hate that.
Stars team total over. We have similar situations like the Crack Knucks. Stars lost to Preds at home 3 in a row. Stars puck line. President's Trophy. I got what you meant. Wyatt Johnson goal. Plus 160. Hence Preds money line. Robertson anytime goal. Grudlund anytime goal. Duchesne anytime goal. And Robertson anytime goal. You got a lot of goal scorers. You got to hope that there's offense. All right, Nick, let's keep rolling.
The LA Kings and the Utah Hockey Club. Minus 125 for the Kings. Total of 5.5 in this game. Is their motivation in this spot? And that's really what I'm capping on the last less than 10 games of the year. The LA Kings, they're a team that's really struggled on the road this year. 14, 19, and 5. But they're 28, 4, and 4 at Crypto.com Arena in LA. This is a team that desperately needs the home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Does that create desperate measures here for them? Maybe. They're coming off of a nice 4-1 win against the Winnipeg Jets at home. Now they hit the road, though, where they've struggled. The Utah Hockey Club are coming in off of a 3-1 win against Calgary. That was a terrible spot for Calgary more than it was a good spot for Utah. I was on Utah in that game, but it wasn't because I wanted to back Utah, it's because I wanted to fade the Flames. Utah currently 9 points behind the Blues with a game in hand. They're most likely not catching the Blues.
No.
And on the flip side, the LA Kings currently lead the Edmonton Oilers by 2 points for the 2 seed. Really, I think what this is deciding, whether or not like the Kings pass is staying ahead of the Oilers. Here's the way the playoff series is going to go. If the Kings are the 2 seed and they get the home ice advantage, Oilers in 7. Mm-hmm. If the Kings are the 3 seed and the Oilers get the home ice advantage, Oilers in 5.
You don't think the Kings have a shot either way?
I don't think the Kings win the series, no.
Okay.
This is a team that's owned them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the year they break through. The Oilers do look like they have some cracks in them, and it looks like losing Fogle, losing Holloway on their depth is a problem. Mm-hmm. Now, Kings are obviously motivated in this game. However, do you want to back the Kings away from Crypto.com Arena? The answer is no for me, pretty plain and simply. But it is Kings or no bet.
There you go. I'm still going to stick with – I got one game that I like, and one game I'll talk about. It's not here yet. Nashville is going to give their coach one more year before firing midseason.
Jesus Christ.
I can see that. Isn't that sad? Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Ice X and Untouchable said Preds. Someone do a wellness check. No, they agreed. Dallas has a lot of ex-Preds on their team. Well, there's a big money line spot. Aren't those for the faint of heart? Ice X, don't bring that SNM here. It's a family show. Utah Hockey Club puck line. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
This is a game I like. And you talk about motivation. Here's a spot. The Calgary Flames are motivated. This is a Calgary team that if anybody in the West is going to catch the St. Louis Blues for the last playoff spot, it's the Flames. They are currently 7 points behind the Blues, and this is a must-win game for them. They have 2 games in hand, and they're not going to lose a game in hand tonight because the Blues play as well. So they'll continue to have that game in hand, the 2 games in hand on the Blues heading after tonight. We have the Anaheim Ducks, who are out of it. They are 15 points behind the Blues, but they do have 2 games in hand. So they have 8 games remaining. The max amount of points they can do is 90. When you look at there with the Blues, if they win tonight or get a singular point, the best they can do is tie the Blues. If the Blues beat the Penguins, the Ducks are eliminated from the playoffs, and it'd only be the Flames, the Canucks, and the Utah Hockey Club that the Blues have to worry about remaining on in the standings there. And I think this is a game that the Calgary Flames take care of business. I faded the Flames in the last game because it was a terrible spot for them. It was the second half of a back-to-back, a third game in 4 nights, and they were playing a bunch of overtime. Now, this has been a feisty Ducks team. But this is a desperate Flames team that I'm going to back desperate teams during down the stretch here. And I'm gonna use motivation versus teams that might not 100% care. And the Ducks are a team that are going to show up a little bit. They are, but talent-wise, I don't think they're good enough. And this is by here. I'm gonna be on the Flames on the -1 line at -102. I want to back these teams that are desperate in these playoff spots and trying to get playoff spots, playing for seeding, things along those lines, playing for divisions. I think the only team that I think has motivation that I'm not backing today at the moment is the Kings because I don't trust them on the road. So for me, Calgary Flames -1 at -102.
There you go. Ducks, Bob Oliver. Now this is a fishy draw line. I'm rooting for the Flames to kick the Blues out of the last playoff spot. Flame on. Leo Carlson, Zegras assist, and Flame on -1.5. Here's the game, Nick. I think you probably know where I want to go with this one.
Vegas Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets. Golden Knights are -120 with a total of 5.5 in this game. The 2 top teams in the Western Conference right now. I take that back. The Stars are above the Knights, but the Knights are number 1 in the Pacific Division, trying to hold off the LA Kings, which they are 5 points up on, with 8 games to go, both of them there. And taking a look at this matchup here, the Jets are coming in, I believe, off of a loss in their last game against the LA Kings. They lost 4-1, which snapped a 3-game winning streak for them. On the flip side, the Vegas Golden Knights, they're coming in off of a loss in their last game. They lost to the Edmonton Oilers as -165 home favorites. And this is the Vegas Golden Knights team that I don't know if they've lost back-to-back home games this year. They're 27-8-3 at home this year. I want to take a look if they've lost back-to-back home games at all this year, because I don't think it's happened. November 11th and 17th, but they had 2 road games in between. For that, I don't think they've lost back-to-back games at home, though. Yes, they have. My bad. They did. They lost back-to-back home games on January 9th and 11th. They didn't care for the New York teams. The Islanders and the Rangers beat them back-to-back games. It's Vegas or nothing, I think, for me, if I'm betting this game. Ultimately, not a game I'm getting involved with. I don't think I'm going to get involved in that last game either. but I would only look towards the Golden Knights.
Vegas puck line. There's my one play for the day. And you can get it at plus 200. You got a Jets team that's still fighting for the President's Trophy. I think Vegas can pretty much clinch the 1 seed soon. So they could be fighting for that still. But you know me, I like this Vegas team. I have Vegas futures. I think very highly of Vegas. That's it. Because I look at it, in the first round, especially if they get the Wild in the first round, I'm very excited for that. A beat up Wild team.
I think Kaprizov and Eck are going to be back to the playoffs. And if that's the case, the Wild are alive.
If that's the case,
I think this is going to be a year
I
of
will
mayhem.
say I'd rather see Vegas play the Wild and the Blues. And then the fact that they would go up against the winner of the Kings Oilers, I think if the Kings win that series, that's very, very favorable.
This year's going to be a bloodbath for playoffs.
I think Vegas has a very, very good path to at least the Western Conference Finals.
And if they make the Western Conference Finals, they'll either play a Dallas Stars team who had to go through
Colorado and Winnipeg, or a Colorado team that's gone through the Stars and Winnipeg, or Winnipeg who's had to go through
the Blues.
Like the Blues or Wild, and then either the Stars or Avalanche. So
that's not a fun trip.
I love the path for Vegas. Vegas puck line. I'm going to roll with them.
Fair. I'm staying off of the spot. But
draw spot for the Flames.
I can see a draw in this game too.
Winnipeg. Vegas, yes. The money, but the line didn't add up for Calgary, minus 162 with 80% of the money on them.
It makes sense. I don't care about line movements in hockey.
Jets, no. Ice X, watch it here. I watch it there, pal. Some of us have Blues to make the playoffs a big plus money.
I got 11-1 on them.
If anything, screw the Minnesota Mild. If anything, screw the Minnesota Mild. They don't need the playoff spot. They have the Timberwolves and Trasker Ball.
Yeah,
who is not really all that great. Anyways. Oh my gosh. I mean, my Canadian team are the Flames. I gotcha. That asshole. Insert picture here. Tim betting against the Jets. Yep, I've done it before. Has there been a 2-team combo season this year, like the Wolves and the Wild Yankees and Giants? No. Ice, I thought you were a Boston guy. He is. He said he was their Canadian team because that would definitely boost sales and viewership and attendance and cross attendance. No. I don't
Detroit. When they had the playoff run with the Lions and the Tigers.
Oh, there you go. Connor 2 plus points. Timmy convinced me. Shiny helmets. Shiny Knights. There you go. I am, sir. LOL. That's why I love saying play on. All right, Nick. Final game of the day. Let's get through it.
Yeah, we have the Edmonton Oilers. They're minus 260 road chalk against the San Jose Sharks. Obviously, the motivation's there for the Edmonton Oilers. It is. The question is, do you want to lay minus 110 on a puck line with them?
No.
Because that's the only way I'm looking in this game is I'm puck lining the Oilers. That would be the only way I can look at this spot. You do have the Oilers off of a nice win. They won 3-2 against the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas. Now they head to San Jose. This is a team, though, that is 2 points behind the Kings. And if the Oilers win and the Kings lose, then they're tied. And, then we have a really good race down the stretch where I think they might play one more time heading down the stretch here. Upcoming games. They play twice. And here's the thing, though. The one thing I'm worried about the Oilers and the Kings in their matchup against Utah as well, they play on the 5th. These two teams play on Saturday. That's a big matchup for the playoffs. That's a huge 4-point swing game. They also get each other on the 14th as well. Very condensed schedule going down the stretch here the last 2 weeks for the NHL. So that's something to keep in mind as well. The Oilers get the Sharks 3 times.
That's very favorable.
Very favorable. Here's the Oilers' remaining strength of schedule. And this is the reason why I think they get the 2 seed. San Jose, LA, Anaheim, St. Louis, San Jose, Winnipeg, LA, San Jose. Other than San Jose and Anaheim, though, they played nothing but playoff teams. But that's half the games.
There you go. I'm just taking Vegas. My favorite Canadian NHL team doesn't exist anymore. Bring back the Nordiques. Sorry, Oilers over in the draw, 5-2, 4-1, 3-1, something like that. Or the Oilers will either slap around the Sharks or be in an unnecessarily close game.
This will be 7-1 Oilers or 2-2 heading in overtime.
I had to look up that one. There you go. All right, Nick, we've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm hungry. I want to go get lunch. We're going to head out here. We'll post up the card in a little bit, and we'll see you guys then. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.